Have you ever heard a strange noise in the middle of the night, or felt a sudden chill run down your spine when you're all alone? What if I told you that some urban legends are more than just stories? What if they could actually reach out from the shadows and find you? Today, we're diving deep into one of the most terrifying urban legends ever put to film, a story that made an entire generation afraid to answer their phones. We're talking about the 1998 Japanese masterpiece, Ringu. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. You've probably seen the American remake, The Ring. It was a huge hit, and for good reason. But trust me, the original Japanese film is a completely different experience. It's a slow-burn psychological horror that doesn't rely on jump scares. Instead, it builds a suffocating sense of dread, a quiet, creeping terror that gets under your skin and stays there long after the credits roll. Ringu. Isn't just a movie. It's a cultural phenomenon that tapped into our deepest modern fears and changed the landscape of horror forever. So, what is it about? The premise is simple, yet absolutely bombshell. There's a cursed videotape circulating around Tokyo. It's not labeled, just a plain VHS cassette. But if you're curious enough, or unlucky enough, to press play, your fate is sealed. What you see is a series of bizarre, disjointed, and unsettling black and white images. A woman combing her hair in a mirror, crawling letters, a man with a towel over his head, and most famously, a deep, dark well. The moment the video ends, your phone rings. A strange, distorted voice on the other end whispers a single, terrifying message. 7 days. From that moment, a countdown begins. You have exactly 1 week to live, unless you can unravel the mystery behind the tape and break the curse. Our story follows a tenacious journalist named Reiko Asakawa. She starts investigating this bizarre urban legend after her own niece and her friends all die mysteriously on the same night, their faces twisted in masks of pure terror. Reiko discovers they had all watched the cursed video a week earlier. Driven by a mix of professional curiosity and personal grief, she tracks down the very cabin where the teenagers watched the tape and finds it herself, and, in a moment that will make your heart pound, she watches it. Immediately after, the phone rings. Now, the curse isn't just a story she's covering, it's her own ticking clock. This is where the movie truly shines. Rako isn't a helpless victim, she's a determined investigator, and she refuses to accept her fate. She enlists the help of her ex-husband, Ryuji, a university professor with an interest in the paranormal. Together, they race against time, analyzing every cryptic frame of the video, trying to piece together the fragmented clues. Their investigation leads them down a dark and twisted path into a forgotten tragedy, a story of a powerful psychic woman and her tormented daughter, a girl named Sadako. Who is Sadako? She is the heart of the curse, the vengeful spirit trapped within the videotape. The film slowly reveals her tragic backstory. Sadako was a girl with terrifying psychic abilities that she couldn't control. Feared and misunderstood by everyone around her, she was ultimately murdered by her own father, who threw her down a well and sealed it shut. She died alone in the dark, her hatred and sorrow festering for years until it psychically imprinted itself onto a videotape, creating a perfect vessel for her rage. Sadako's curse isn't random, it's a desperate, terrifying scream for her story to be heard, a desire to inflict her own suffering onto the world that rejected her. She wants you to know her pain. She wants you to feel her fear. What makes Ringu so effective is its atmosphere. The director Hideo Nakata uses a minimalist style. The color palette is muted, full of grays and bleak blues, making the world of the film feel cold and unwelcoming. There's very little music, which means you're hyper-aware of every sound. The hum of a television, the creak of a floorboard, the relentless ringing of a telephone. It's a masterclass in building tension. You feel the isolation and paranoia that Reiko feels. Every shadow seems to hold a threat, and every reflective surface, from a mirror to a darkened TV screen, becomes a potential gateway for something terrifying. The film brilliantly taps into our anxieties about technology. In the late 90s, VHS tapes were everywhere. They were a familiar, harmless part of our lives. Ringu took that familiar object and turned it into a harbinger of doom. It suggested that the technology we invite into our homes could be a Trojan horse carrying something ancient and malevolent. It's a fear that's still relevant today. In our world of constant connectivity, viral videos, and digital information, the idea of a deadly curse spreading like a virus through media is more terrifying than ever. Ringu was ahead of its time, presciently warning us about the dark side of our interconnected world. And then there's the climax. I won't spoil everything, but let's just say it is one of the most iconic and terrifying scenes in horror history. It's not a big, loud, explosive finale. It's quiet, intimate, and absolutely horrifying. The moment when Sadako's curse finally manifests is pure nightmare fuel. The way she moves, the unnatural, jerky crawl, is something that has been imitated countless times but never surpassed. It's the ultimate violation, the supernatural world breaking through the screen, crawling out of the television and into our safe, modern living room. There is no escape. The final reveal about how the curse is broken, or rather, how it's passed on, is a devastatingly brilliant twist. It's not about solving the mystery or finding peace for the spirit. The only way to save yourself is to become a part of the problem, to ensure the curse continues to spread. It's a bleak and cynical ending that leaves you with a profound sense of unease. There is no happy ending here. The horror doesn't stop. It just finds a new victim. You survive by damning someone else. Ringu redefined Japanese horror, or J-horror, and kicked off a wave of films that focused on psychological dread, vengeful ghosts known as Onryu, and cursed technology. Its influence can be seen in countless movies, from Ju-on, The Grudge to Pulse. It proved that horror didn't need blood and gore to be scary. Sometimes, the most terrifying things are the ones you can't see, the ones that creep into your mind and whisper in the dark. It's a story about a fear that is contagious, a viral horror that spreads from person to person, just like an urban legend. So, if you're a fan of horror that makes you think, that builds a genuine sense of dread, and that will stick with you for days, you owe it to yourself to watch the original Ringu. It's more than just a scary movie. It's a landmark film that explores themes of grief, memory, and the dark side of our technological age. But I have to give you a fair warning. After you watch it, you might find yourself looking at your TV screen a little differently, and if your phone rings right after, well, let's just hope it's a friend. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the terrifying world of Ringu. What's your favorite J-horror film? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration into the dark corners of cinema. Stay safe, and maybe avoid any unmarked videotapes for a while. See you next time.